welcome back to another video in this kind of little mini series on increasing immersion on a map. We are back on Maypole Farm, but we are on my Let's Play save. So I have a farm down here, little farm, bunch of cows, playing with old kit from the 80s and early 90s at the moment. So you should have seen, if you're a regular, you would have seen this video already, I think. Yeah, you will have, of me harvesting the field up there. So I'm using this as an opportunity to get some cheaty updates done to my save. Well, not really cheaty. So that I can work on the increasing immersion thing. Because it takes time to settle this up, so I thought it would be a good way of killing two birds with one stone. So we're going to populate this farm with some vehicles, basically, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I've actually, from some comments on the YouTube channel, I've come up with a slightly different way to the way I did it before, so we can do it all in one save, with a couple of options at the end for how you want to manage it. And, so the first step is to make a note of how much money you have, if you care about that, which I do on here. So we have £53,759, and basically I'm going to add in a ton of money. I'm going to buy all the vehicles, we're going to place them, and then the quick option is to use park vehicle. Really cool mod, and I'm just going to park them all so that we could come down and get into them if we wanted to move them, but can't tab to them. I'm going to go a step further on here on my save, and I'm going to change the farm that owns them in the XML. But step one is to buy everything. So we're going to set a store deliveries point here. We're going to use Easy Dev Tools to add in a ton of money. We'll use Easy Dev Tools afterwards to set it back to not a ton of money. And let's go shopping. So they're going to want a couple of tractors, aren't they? So we'll go for the Ursus because it's a nice old tractor. We'll give them a big tractor as well. I'm using Traction Kings a lot for contracts. So maybe we go for the John Deere. I want some not narrow wheels. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Maybe a medium. Have I got any older medium? That's probably the right sort of age, isn't it? Go. So they've got a couple of few tractors. Buy some field working kit for them. Cultivators. I'm not going to do loads, just to give you an idea. Yeah, I find it takes quite a long time to do all this kind of thing. Cedar. I don't really have any old big cedars installed, so we'll go for that. Actually, we'll give them a John Deere one that I'm using. Why not? Planter. We'll have a big case planter. There we go. Okay. And I know it's not quite the right age, but it looks old, so. Right. Let's turn off flight mode. Get all of this stuff put in some sheds, shall we? I don't actually have park vehicle installed on here, so we better do that as well. It's less important for what I'm doing in my save because, as I said, I intend to. That doesn't have a 3-point on it. But that was a rookie mistake, wasn't it? That's all right. We can move the other stuff. And it's literally to stage it to look good rather than actually be functional. In fact, we might move most stuff with a normal tractor, because articulated tractors are not necessarily the most fun. So I'm going to get all this stuff put in sheds. And the last bit of kit to move, I've saved this because this sounds awesome. That sounds so good. So we've just got the feed mixer to park up. We'll then go through setting everything up so that we can't get to it, and we'll sort the money back out. You spend as much time as you want doing this, I guess, in terms of getting things set up. I've just gone through a few bits because it shows you how to do it. I might do more off camera because I'm slowly trying to get this map set up more and more. I have focused all of the kit around this part of the yard because I'm quite often doing contracts for this farm, and I will drive through here and it means I will see it, and that is the point of this stuff, is that I will see the kit, and it just improves the immersion, you know. Rather than it being a completely empty farm, it's a farm that has equipment. That is my goal for doing this. I would like to do bales as well, I think, but that's a bit more work using this method in terms of getting the ownership set and that kind of thing. So, a couple more steps for the kind of minimum. First one, we'll go into F12 and we're going to set the money back to what I had, or whatever you had. So that's the money gone. I've installed park vehicle, so now look in the bottom right hand corner just under the fuel gauge, you will see a red circle now appear, and that means we can't tab to that tractor anymore. We will do the same for the John Deere, and we will do the same for the Massey. And now I can only tab around the other vehicles that are the vehicles that I own. And you could stop there. That would mean that you could still get in these vehicles if you wanted to move them around, to restage them or whatever. It really depends how deep you're going into this. You know, now you've got something that as you come through the farm, you'll see some kit parked up. I really like this. It's really cool. If that's as far as you want to go, that's fine. I'm now going to go out to the desktop and into the mods folder and show you how to do the last step that I want to do. So we're in the Farming Simulator 22 folder, which is under Documents and My Games. And we're going to go into our save game, which is save game 3, into the vehicles file, and I'm going to set it so that they're owned by farm ID 15. That is the ID that I used for the animal pens, because for this map, that's kind of the default to what unowned stuff is set to. So I'm going to do that. Scroll through your vehicles folder file until you find the first thing that you brought setting this up, because everything new that you brought should be below that, but just check as you go. And we're going to go to the farm ID and set that to 15. So that was the Ursus that we brought. And if we scroll down, got the big John Deere that we brought. And then the Massey is next. There we go, there's that. And then we had the plough, cultivator, planter, and feed mixer. So plough. This step is optional, really, depending on how you're playing. I don't want them to be owned by my farm, so I'm changing them. No, that's property state. Don't want that. We want farm ID. I'm going to go through and check that I haven't made any mistakes before we reload. So that's everything set to farm ID 15, hopefully. So if we scroll up, farm ID 15, we just want to check we didn't accidentally get any property states. We missed that one. That was the cultivator, I think. Farm ID 15. And we're into the tractors. Farm ID 15. Farm ID 15. And ID15. So if we save that and reload the game now, we shouldn't be able to get into them, which we could before, we just couldn't tab to them. So loaded back in, just running across from the field where I brought everything, and yeah, it's worked. So that's cool. So there we go. And if I run up to the Ursus, I can't get in it. It says it's owned by me, but it's not. Just because there's no other players on the map, so I'm assuming that's why it says that. But yeah, we cannot get in it anymore. So this is all now staged kit. Obviously, you could go a lot further with how much you put in. It's just down to how much time you want to spend doing that and where you place it and stuff. Knock yourselves out pretty much. You'll see this. Obviously, this is my Maypole Farm Let's Play series, so you'll be seeing this when we come up here. I've started doing it on my Attingham Let's Play series, so you might see it on there as well. If you want to see me do some stuff with bales, give me a shout. Stick it in the comments below. We'll see. Maybe we can see if we can put some bales in this shed here. I'm really keen to develop this farm because I'd say I do quite a lot of contracts up here. To give you another example of how this can look, gonna need some player speed here because we need to run across the map. So this is one of the other farms that I have done already on here. And we haven't been up here since I did it on the Let's Play. But so they have a tractor and a seeder. So again, it says it's owned by me, but I can't get in it. And if I go into the owned items, you'll see it's not in there. But yeah, we don't actually own it. And they've got a trailer and a baler and a mower, because we quite often come up here and do baling contracts on this horse pasture. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really. So if you want to see me add in things like bales and stuff, the other thing that I thought about doing, because I do a lot of contracts on here, is adding a bale sell point into each of the farms, and then you have to go in and manually edit the contracts when you do them so that you deliver the bales to the farm that's paying you. But yeah, if you want to see more stuff like this, then leave me a comment below. If you've got questions or suggestions about doing it, stick a comment below. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. If you smash the like button, you have to buy me a coffee, link below. And if you're new to the channel, then think about subscribing and turning on notifications. And I will see you very soon back here on Maypole Farm.